Middleton is here with us. We haven't seen Clark in some time, actually, and things are starting to happen at the Lyric Theater, and you're involved with your directing, actually, some skits coming up. Tell us about that and what to expect.
Okay. Your first part of your question is that we haven't had any productions in there in 9 months. The last one was one of the shows that Debbie did back in September. And so this show right here, the Carol Burnett skits, we tried to put on during the summer. COVID restrictions were just ridiculous. Tried to do it in November, and they were even worse then. And so finally, I said, it's starting to look pretty good out there. And so I had to find out, from my cast whether, all right, are you available May, June, July, and we'll figure out how many can fit into something we can schedule. So I lost a few folks, but we had some others that we could come in and fill in. So it's actually kicking off our theater company 2021 season. And so we're glad to get back on the stage. Hopefully our folks and mentors and donors and whatnot will be happy to get back in there.
Oh, I bet they will.
We're doing it as a fundraiser because during the winter Nordic blast back in February, we had a pipe burst.
Oh boy!
And so all the bathrooms on the bottom floor, and so we were having to go from scratch, from building up.
Right.
And so for the cast and whatnot, all our stuff is fine back in the back and in the annex. But out there, for a while, we had potties everywhere in the thing.
Boy.
So we're trying to raise some money to get that completed. We've had a lot of work, volunteer work being done. And so there will be potties.
Okay, I was going to ask
But there
that.
might be only one or two in each
Just
one
be
of them.
patient. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes, for something like this.
Yes. So we've been working on getting those done, and we will have some that'll be working. So they promised me that. The show opens June 11, 12, and 13. That's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday being a matinee. And we've been in rehearsals for 2 weeks. So we've kind of put this together pretty quick. Thank goodness we had a lot of folks that were stayed in, and the ones that were able to fill in, they could memorize like nobody's business.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so I am just really pumped because it's looking really good. And so next week's our Hell Week, where we'll all be doing there every night, and costumes and all that kind of stuff, props and whatnot. That's been a thing. In fact, speaking of props, I've been looking for a dental chair. And I happen to see this over here on the back wall.
You want to borrow that?
Yes. I'd love to borrow that.
Absolutely. If you could pick that thing up and carry it out of here, you're welcome to borrow it.
I'll get some of our young guys to
Okay.
And that's how it happens, because you have to have props. And, if you're asked to help with a prop, that's a great service that you can do.
Yeah, we just happened to come across the Carol Burnett skits, I guess, through the internet. And so she's taken a lot of her things that she personally picked that would do it. And for a low cost, you get about 5 skits per section. And so I bought one section, and Debbie bought the other one. And so from those, we picked out 7 that we're going to do, and we got a 7. The 8th one is going to be a surprise for everybody. So that's about all I'll say for that. Other than I just gave a clue there with the dental chair.
Uh-oh. I think
so,
I know
what it
the
is
skit
now.
on that one, I think. Yeah.
So there's lots of material out there already available. A lot of it is that's on YouTube, is not in these formats, and so we can't do those like Mrs. Wiggins and some of those, the family and things like that, which is great material.
Yeah.
But I think we get in trouble with legally with doing some of that. But we're having a whole lot of fun doing sketch comedy because it is so different
Yeah.
than doing just a straight play or a
Yep.
musical or whatnot. Carol, in her thing, she said, there's 3 things you need to know about sketch comedy. She said, now don't do it as wholeheartedly as I do it because she's got bumps and bruises and whatnot, so we're not going overboard. But she said with the characters, when you come on, you got to establish your character real quick. If you're somebody walking on the stage with no lines in a straight play, but everybody, whether you got something to say or something to do, you establish that character really quick. And so we got some young folks that are playing old folks, and so having to learn the mannerisms and the gaits and the walks and the talk and all that sort of
They
stuff.
just watch
But
you
what a
walk around,
wonderful
don't they?
experience for
Oh
them.
yeah, I'm a prime example. I get up there and show you how you shuffle.
Yeah, yeah.
And the second thing is that the timing is different in sketch comedy. It's got to be, quick. It's not as slow as it is in a straight play. And the third thing is that when you have something physical happen, whether somebody gets shot or somebody falls down or whatever, it's over the top. And so that's what gets a lot of you big laughs is, pratfalls and things like that.
Oh, certainly.
So we've got a great cast, and a lot of them are doing, 2, sometimes 3 parts in our 8 sketches. And so that makes it fun, which means they got to come up with a lot of different costumes and whatnot. And so Linda Henson, which is just learns dialogue just like that, she said, have I got to come up with another dress? Good thing she's a seamstress, so she can take care of her costumes pretty quick. But we're having a lot of fun doing it. It's going to be, get tickets and spread the word to everybody. One of the nice things right now is that we don't have to block off every other row. So you go online, you get your best ticket prices when you go online, and when you have a big bunch, you can get all of them and you can get wherever you want to. But it's kind of like a pod seating. There'll be a space between the different groups that get their tickets. And so you have a little bit of space.
But if you're with a family, you can sit together, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, masks are not required. If you want to wear one, that's fine, but it's not required. It's, we live in such a great part of the country here. It's almost like living in a bubble. It seems like a lot of times.
Yeah.
And talking with my family, folks at church and whatnot, and say, man, we're so nice living in this part of the country because it's not like living in a big city with all the big city problems and whatnot. Living out in the boonies where I do, out in Peel, I'm 30 miles away, so I have to allow for drive time.
You bet.
I was hoping to get here on time because I was in about number 5 in a 45-mile.
Oh boy.
That
That
happens.
makes it rough.
And I'm going, okay, come on.
Well, this production is what's the dates?
Okay,
You get tickets online, but then what are the dates?
June 11, 12, and 13.
So the
Well, that's
11th and
coming up
12th
real
are
soon.
7 p.m.
Yes.
and then 2 o'clock
Yeah.
on the 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's weekend after this one.
Right.
Okay.
So it's really
All right,
coming
well, get
up.
your
You
quick.
can
tickets
get
now.
tickets at thelyric.org. Just click under, I guess, tickets.
Yeah.
Would be the logical place to look.
Yeah.
And
But
then
you can
make sure and what
pick your
I've done.
seat. And,
What I've done, and make sure that you choose the day that you're going
Yes.
to get the tickets. Otherwise, if you just go in there and get a ticket, it could be the wrong day.
Yes.
Make sure you pick the day first and then pick your seat.
this is exciting, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
wonderful to have the lyric starting to come
Yeah,
back.
let's get back
so,
to
Yeah.
We're having a
business.
ball. I did, depending on time, I did do a little research on the Carol Burnett show and found out that Carol is 88. She's even older than I am. And I'm usually the oldest in any place I go.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, she's still doing good. Of course, Harvey, Corman, and Tim are no longer with us.
Right.
But the show ran from 67 to 78, so for 11 seasons. And so they
Lot of
were
great
never
material.
at the top or never at the bottom. They were usually, in the 25%,
Yep.
somewhere along in there,
Yep.
as far as Nielsen ratings and stuff are concerned.
They're always funny. And
Good, clean family fun.
yeah, and you can go back
Yes.
today and watch it. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, you still get a laugh out of
Oh,
it
yeah.
because it's
Oh,
so
I
funny.
love watching the skits.
Yeah, and the skits that the Carol Burnett skits that were a few years ago, that Jules Hamlin and her sister was involved in. You knew the skits, but they were just so funny to see them repeated. They're
Yeah.
just extraordinarily funny.
Right.
Well, good luck to you on this, and I hope
Okay.
hope the Lyric gets full and sold out, and you make some money and pay for all the repairs and all the stuff that you
Definitely.
need to.
Yeah. And if somebody wants to make some donations,
Yeah.
we will have a potty in the lobby.
Okay.
Okay,
Potty
you
in the
maybe throw
lobby.
it in the potty. I don't know how that'll work out.
Yes.
Thanks, Clark. Appreciate it very
Perfect.
much.
You bet.
Thank you.
All
Wanda
right.
Massengale is here with the little kitty, and we're going to be
Iris.
talking with her about how you can get a cat or a dog or a puppy or whatever. We'll be talking with her in just a few minutes. Stay with us.